In this video we're going to look at 5 more bead embroidery stitches, a great way for adding sparkle and texture to your work. So if you haven't seen our first video on 5 bead embroidery stitches, you can check that out at the end of this video. I'll put a link up to that one, and we had a look at those stitches there in that video. And now we're going to look at these ones, plus a couple of extra new ones. So these are a little bit more decorative now. We're going to get a bit more creative with our stitches and see how beautiful we can make them look with beads. So I'm going to start this one at the top and work my way down. You can go the other way, actually it doesn't really matter, but I can see where I've been. So I'm just going to work a straight stitch. Now if you want to know about threads and beads and what needle should be using, there is a video all about introducing beads in embroidery, and that will be in the playlist at the end as well, so do check that out. So I'm using a double Lana thread here, and I've made a straight stitch. I'm going to make another one close to that, the same length, and then a third one. Like so. Now we're going to tie those together in the middle, so I'm actually going to come up between them, and then you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. So I'm going to go underneath that left hand one, and then I'm going to thread my bead on. I'll use a pink one, I think. So just thread the bead onto the needle, slide it to the bottom of the thread, and I'm going to take this needle here underneath this thread, like so, and then down between those two stitches, and you'll see what it's doing. It looks more complicated than it actually is, but that's the best way of working. So now I've got a thread that's going right around those 3 stitches, but it's going to draw it in the middle, and I've got the bead going over the top. So just guide that down. That makes that little sheaf stitch. So let's do another one. So just 3 straight stitches to start. Make these the same length. The more gap you leave between them, we'll try one a little bit wider, sort of more, this angle will show itself. So let's try a wider one and see what that looks like. So up in between, just going to go underneath that, so we come out on the left, so when I pull that over it pulls the stitch into the middle. So thread the bead on at this stage, go underneath that right hand one, and then down between the middle and the right hand one, and then you'll see that loop that's going to go over the top, pull the stitches together. Just fiddle to get the bead in the middle. I think that one looks a bit nicer, so wider apart I think is the key. Let's just do one more. So nice worked individually, or you could work rows of them. You could experiment with how wide you take those stitches and see what happens. If you do it too wide, you'll end up pulling on the fabric, so I don't suggest much wider than this, but so just underneath that left one, just to bring the thread out so we can pull it over. Thread the bead on, don't forget to do that before you go over the next one. Thread the bead on there. So from the right hand side in towards the middle, just underneath that one there. Take the needle between those 2 stitches. You've got the loop over the middle and just pull down tightly. Right, I'm going to head all the way to the bottom and I'll see you at the other end. Okay, so last one. Slightly wider ones are definitely more successful. And you can see I've just put different coloured beads on as well, so have a little bit of a play with what you do with your beads. Let's put a pink one on. And when you get a bit competent with this, you can actually do this in one move. So I'm sliding the needle underneath and going down through the fabric at the same time. Do it in 2 movements if you're not so comfortable with that, but you might find that that becomes natural, and then when you pull it tight, it draws it together, makes this beautiful sheaf shape. So that's sheaf stitch with beads. This is a really nice decorative one, another one that works well on its own, or you can put it together in rows, and basically consists of 2 large crosses, so it's dead easy. So I shall put the vertical one in first, horizontal one over the top, then I'm going to put a little cross in the middle of it. Now it doesn't make a square, it doesn't come up in the corner, it comes up half that distance from the corner to the middle, so I'm going to come up there, and I'm actually going to put my first cross in, like so, and then the bead goes in on the last cross, so halfway between the corner and the middle. Let's put a gold one on, and then that goes over that middle and down halfway the other side. Now that top stitch is quite a long stitch, so this bead will move a little bit, but you can place it where you want it, and it sits right on the top there. Makes a really nice texture. So do another one of those. Try and work them the same way, although by the time the bead's gone across you can't really see what's crossing what, but it's good practice to have a rhythm, I find. So vertical, horizontal, then put one diagonal in, and then put the second diagonal in. Let's put a purple bead on. So you can place it first. Good idea to place your beads in position before you stitch. Find it much easier to do the stitch, and then you can just adjust your bead afterwards so it sits in the middle. So going quite nice and quickly, these ones. They are quite big, so if you wanted to fill something in that was a bit bigger and you wanted that bit of texture on it, this is a good one for that. Bead goes on the last stitch, position in the centre, finish off your stitch. So last one, I've spaced mine out quite a bit. You can put them nice and close together and build up a texture with them if you want to, or just add them in when you want a little bit of decoration. So last stitch, bead goes on the last stitch, position it in the centre, take the thread over and finish it on the back. So that's star stitch with beads. So I've turned my frame around for this one because it's easier to work from left to right if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed you can go from right to left, just switch the stitch over. Doesn't matter which way you go, but it's easier to have it going from one side to the other. So I'm going to start right on the edge of the line there, and I'm going to do a long and a short one. So we do have separate videos on all these stitches if you want to have a go at them first. Sometimes it's worth practicing the stitch without the bead. So I'm going to make a loop. You can see where I've started. I've come up above the line and to the right, and I'm going to come up directly below that stitch but inside that loop. I'm going to tension that towards me, double my thread, so just make sure they tension at the same, there we go, like so, and then I'm going to put a bead on, just put a purple one on. The bead goes right up to that point there, and then I'm going to take a slightly shorter stitch, the same distance apart, keeping the tension on that because there is my loop. I'm going to come up exactly underneath that point there and in line with that first stitch, but inside the loop, and just make sure now that the bead stays to the left hand side of that thread there. So thread your next bead on, push it to the bottom. Now I'm going to take a long stitch again. You don't have to do long and short, you can do them all the same length if you want, but I just think it's a bit more interesting. So that comes up directly underneath and inside the loop. That's really important. Make sure the bead stays to the left of that thread. It makes a really lovely decorative edge, that one. Just going to pull that back because I need to put the bead on first. That's the easiest thing with this, is to forget where you put the bead on. So put the bead on now, push it up to the line, short stitch, inside the loop, tension it downwards, put the bead on. Make a longer stitch and up inside the loop, catching the bead. So I'm just going to work my way along the row, doing long and short stitches. So I think we'll get 2 more stitches in there, perhaps. Let's see how this one goes. Actually, we'll just put 1 more bead on, and then I'll show you. Now, that's just caught the wrong side, so if I just push the bead around, that's it. The thread must come out of the right-hand side of the bead. And then to finish off my stitch, I'm just going to take a long stitch there, as if I was carrying on with the buttonhole, and that just ties that down. You must do that bit, but you won't finish the stitch off. So that's a really nice decorative beaded buttonhole stitch. So I'm going to do a cute little one now. So I'm going to do these detached chain stitches. So good for filling something in, just adding a little decorative edge to something. So up and down where you want to start, and we're going to make a loop. I'm going to just lie the loop over, come up inside the loop. Don't pull it too tightly or the shape of the loop disappears. You want to keep that chain looking like a chain. So just gentle on the tension there. Then you can thread your bead on. And then to finish the stitch, we're just going to go over the end of the chain to tie it down, and the bead will go over the top of it. Pull it in place, so you get a little loop with a bead on it, which is quite cute. So I'm just going to do these quite randomly in a kind of a row. So up and down, let's do this one vertically, come up inside my loop. That will form the chain of the detached chains. Detached because they're not attached to the next chain. So normal chain stitch, you do a row. These you're just doing singly, so not too tight so you don't lose the shape of the chain. Thread on the bead, push it to the bottom, needle goes down the other side of the bead. We can do one the other way, so we can go up and down there and bring our loop this way. So whichever direction you bring your loop in is where the bead will end up. Do them a bit closer together. A bit of fun with these ones. Just not too tight on that. That's the important bit with this stitch. Make those look nice and loopy. So I'll just work my way along, doing some random ones until we get to the end. So I'll do one more, I think. At the end here, just done these quite randomly. So it works well on detached chain, but not on a normal chain stitch. So if you wanted to do a row of it where they're joined up, I would suggest a cable chain, which is this one here next to it, and that's in our other video, so do check that out there. And I think I'll finish that there. So those are detached chains with beads on. Okay, we left one of my favourite to last, turkey rug stitch. This is one worth practising first because it's a little bit different to everything else that you might do. So check out our video on that if you want to have a go first. It's one of the few stitches I know that actually starts from the top and not underneath with a knot. So I'll show you the stitch on its own and then I'll put a bead on, I think. So I'm going to go down from the top, not right on the end, because I'm going to come up to the left of that point there. I'm going to make a loop. Go down to the right, and before I pull that stitch through, I'm just going to come back up in the middle next to that little tail end. Make sure you're this side of the loop, loops up and the needle's coming down. Pull that tight, and if I pull that slowly, you'll see that catches down my little tail end, and if I cut those off, you get like a little fringe on it. So if you want a fringe on your work, that can be really nice. So let's do another one. So I'm not going to come down immediately next to that one because you start in the middle of the stitch and from the top, so that's why it's a little bit different. So come up to the left. Now I'm going to put my bead on. So the loop goes over the top, come down to the right of that little tail end. Don't pull that all the way through until you've come back up in the middle, just holding on to the little tails, and pull that tight, and then that bead ends up holding them down. Now you can do a whole row, you don't have to cut each one, you can cut each one if you want to, but I'm just going to carry on. So leave a little space there, that's the middle of the next stitch, so come up to the left, thread your bead on. Let's put a different colour on, let's go for pink. Down to the right, don't pull that all the way through until you've been back up in the middle, then pull it, and then that will catch it down on the top. Pull it tight, the bead will sit in place. So I'll do another one. That's the middle of the stitch, up to the left. It's got some threads caught there, but they seem to be okay. Thread on your bead. Make your loop around the top, that bit's important. If you come out the wrong side of the loop, it all goes a bit wrong. So down to the right, that first stitch, keep that loop in place, you've come back up to the middle. Let go, pull tight. And then you can cut your little tail ends, and when you've got these loops you can put the scissors in the loops and just cut the loops, and then if you want to trim them to the same length you can just cut across like that, and you get this little fringe underneath these beads. So it's a really lovely way of finishing something off or adding something quite unusual to your work. So I'm going to work my way to the end and then we'll cut the last loops when I get to the end. Okay, so last stitch, down in the middle, up to the left, put my last bead on, loop around the top, down to the right, back up in the middle before I pull that loop tight, and then to finish I can just cut that off, and then I can cut all my loops. Best just to put your scissors in, pull it upright and cut through all of the loops. You can do it as you go if you like, but I quite like to leave mine till the end, bit of a finishing thing, and then you can just trim it off. You can spend a bit longer than doing it than I'm doing to make sure you get the lengths nice and even. There we go, clean off the fluff, and there we go. So really lovely stitch, that is so fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Do check out the first one as well. This is what the whole sampler looks like, so see the first video to have a go at all of these stitches. Don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the little bell for notifications of when we upload something new, and we'll see you next time.